Well, welcome back again, folks, for another quick clip tip. Say that 10 times quick. Do it! Do you know that if you level, crown, polish your frets so many times that it becomes dangerous? So you can get the frets so thin that you start presenting a problem to your guitar. If you keep, leveling the frets and crowning and polishing, and then say 2 or 3, 4 years down the road you do it again, or 1 year, depending on how you play. And, if you're lucky, you can get maybe 4 or 5, maybe 6 levels and crowns and polish jobs, dressings. We'll just call it dressing. You can get, if you're really very lucky, you can get 6 dressings on your frets before you got to, pull them all and replace every fret. Okay? Now I'm going to bring the camera over here and put a macro lens on it and get up here close and show you what I'm talking about. Show you the danger involved if you just keep doing that. Like I say, the way I do it, I remove as little of material as I possibly can take off of the frets when I level them. Same with crowning. The way I crown, leave a flat spot on top. I'm not going to go below that. So when I level them, I take as little as material as I possibly can get by with away. And that, gives me longer fret life, gives the frets longer life. But if you're lucky and you do it that way, you can get maybe 6 times at the max. I wouldn't recommend ever going over that because you're getting into the red zone. Let me bring the camera over here and put the macro lens on, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, can you see how high this fret is from the fretboard? The height of the fret. Every time I level all these frets, that gets lower and lower and lower. Now you can't see the tang because it's covered up with binding. If I had a guitar that didn't have binding, you could see the tang. I could explain this better, but when you start filing this down, leveling it, and this gets so thin that when you grab the end of a fret with your dikes to pull that fret, it can be so thin it'll just break off, and then you're left with the tang stuck down in here into the wood, and you got to dig it out. And I've had that to happen before on guitars that have been leveled, a whole lot of times. So be aware of that. You can go to StewMac's site. They have some measurements there on fret height. I saw it a long time ago. If I can remember, I'll put a link to it in the description. But you can see how high this fret is from the, I think we're focused on the string actually, but anyways, you can see how high this fret is from the fretboard. And like I say, every time that I level these and dress them and all that, this gets closer to the fretboard. You see what I mean? And eventually it's going to get so close and become so thin that when I grab it with dikes, it's just going to rip away from the tang. So that's a tip I wanted to share with you. This camera won't focus this far away, I don't think, with this lens. Anyways, cheers. Thanks for watching. I hope it helps. Stay tuned. Good stuff coming, man. Cheers. These macro lenses are wicked, man. Check that out. Suey!